Well, for me, it's the central point of what has made Fijian Sevens the best in the world. And for me, again, it comes from only my opinion, but it comes from, I believe that the way that players grow up in Fiji, and the surfaces they play on in bare feet, the fact that the game is played at almost chest height and above, and that there is this touch element that goes into it, the one touch, and it's played in villages as kids grow up. And I get quite romantic about that, because there's no other country in the world that does something like that, not certainly in rugby. And I've often probably compared it to something like football in Brazil, in the favelas, and how that kids have grown up playing a different style of football. It's a different style of rugby that we play. It's natural, it's instinctive, but there's real subtlety in understanding, and this was part of my learning, understanding how you coach that. How do you give it freedom, but also how do you replicate it for others to provide a context of when it can be done and when it can't be done. In sevens, different to 15s, and obviously I've coached both, but in sevens, you're almost trying to get there. You're trying to create structure and systems in the game which get you to there. And then that's when Fijians come alive. It's why we're the best at scoring tries with the fewest rucks on the field, with the fewest passes on the field. We're probably we have been one of the best teams at scoring off transition or turnover ball, because that's when defences are least organised, and where Fijians can then play that instinctive game which they've grown up with. And that's what I think keeps that. Os has grown up with that. That's how Os played. I love the way he played it. I love the way he coaches it. And ultimately, our jobs is to replicate that in the women's game as well, because I think the similar thing applies there, and I've seen them at their best in that. And that plays and talks to being Fijian. It's not trying to impose something from a different way of doing things, and making it about plays off lineouts, or making it about plays off scrummages. There's an end goal, there's a vision, there's a way of playing, and I want to ensure that we stick as closely to that as we possibly can.